Hello, today I would like to present our project Biblio. Biblio is a tool with which you can manage your own private book collection, so you can share it with your friends and loan it, or add new books or delete old books. You can also manage your addresses and your authors. At the first step, you should sign yourself in within this button at the bottom right corner. Therefore, you can use a user, for example, Susie, with the password 1234 at the moment. Now you can go at the home screen. At the home screen you will receive an overview over your actual situation. For example, you can see that in the database there are 6 books at the actual time, but no one of these books is currently loaned or is overdue. This is a pretty good situation. So if you want to loan now a book, you have to go to the overview books. With the search button, you can search for a special book, for example, Rivers, and you will receive the result Rivers of London. If you now want to see all books again, you can simply push the button search again. So, as you can see, we have now these books in our database, and we can loan now. At the moment, as we knew from the home overview, we have no active loans. But we have some loans in our loan history. At the moment, these 5 loans. So, at the beginning, for example, now we would like to loan the book A Land of Permanent Goodbyes. The book is at the moment available, so we can loan it. Simply push the button loan and receive the message that it's executed successfully. Now we can see in our active loans that the book has been added, but it hasn't been added at the moment of the loan history as it hasn't been returned. We can also go back to the overview of books and see that the book A Land of Permanent Goodbyes is now not longer available. If we now would try to loan it again, we would receive the message that something went wrong. So, for example, we also want to loan another book, as Der Text des Lebens. Yes, we loaned it, and we can also see it in our active loans. If, for example, if you would like to return the book now, there are 2 ways. The first way is with the ISBN number. Therefore, we have to copy our ISBN number and go to the page Return Book. Thereby, we can fill in the ISBN number and return the book. The book has now been vanished from the active loans and has been put into the loan history, and within the books we can see that it's available now again. Another option to return the books is within the title, if you don't have the ISBN number, for example. Therefore, you have to copy the title and the book edition. You can go back to the page Return Book and fill in these informations. Now it has also been returned, and there is no longer any book in our active loans, but therefore they are in our loan history. If we had read a book, we can also mark it as read. For example, at the moment we have read 3 books: Moon Over Soho, A Land of Permanent Goodbyes, and Der Text des Lebens. Now we can also mark the book Rivers of London as read. So we can push this button and we can see it in our reading history. With these informations, our profile page has been generated, and we can now see that we have the user Susan Nieble with this birth date, and of this user the favorite genre is fantasy. It has no favorite publisher at the moment, but the favorite author is Angeline Josephine. These are the main tasks of our Biblio project, but there are also other tasks. For example, we can add new books or update books and update also new authors. For example, we can add new books by 2 ways. First, by the ISBN number or manually. First, I would like to present it by the ISBN number. Therefore, we can search for a new book and copy the ISBN number. we now go back to our overview page and put it in to add the book. We again receive the message that it has been added successfully, and now we can see it in our overview that we now have the new book and also can upload and read it now. There's also another way we can add new books, for example, manually. Therefore, we have to put in all these informations. For example, we have the author's first name Ben, Ladia, on the publisher Heine, with the title New Book in edition 1, language is English, genre is fantasy, and the ISBN could be any number at the moment, but it has to be a 13 number. Publishing year is 2013, with the location ID 2 and the recommended age 12. So now we can add it and see in our overview that it has been added successfully to the database. Yes, we have it here, the book, new book. And within the button update book, we can now update our books or delete the books. For example, now we want to change the name. We want to change the language of the new book. Therefore, we have to put in again the new book and the edition 1 and have to fill in all informations we want to change now. We take the same number but change the language and keep the other informations. With the button update book, we can now change it. Now you can see in here that the language has changed to German. It's also possible at this page to delete all the books. For example, we want now to delete the new book, so we put in again here the new book in edition 1 and have to fill in some information of the book. So now we can delete it. And now we can also see that the book has been vanished from this overview. With the button Update Author, it's also possible to update or delete our authors. For example, we recognized that the author isn't Ben Ladia, it's Ben Ladiana. So now we can take the author ID 18. First name is the same Ben, but the last name is Ladiana, with the address ID 2. Thereby we can change the author's last name when we submit the button. And now you can see that the last name has changed to Ladiana. So if we don't need this author anymore, we can also delete it by putting in the author ID and the informations. And delete the author. As you can see, it has also been vanished from this overview. And the last point is our addresses. We can add, update, or delete new addresses. For example, we can now add a new address. We add the address, and now it has been added to our database. Now we can change our street name again to maybe Mühlstraße. House number 7, city Neckarsulm, in 74172, Germany. We update it, so we now have the new information in here. And at the last step, we can also delete the address again. We have to fill in all informations again and delete it at the last step. At the last step, we can also sign out again. And I hope you liked our presentation and looking forward to the next lectures.